If you do not want to get vaccinated, you can work from home. You can homeschool your children. You can shop online. So where is this coming from? People saying, I'm now being forced to be vaccinated.
If you want to travel, you better go get that vaccine.
You should be wearing masks even when you are vaccinated if you are indoors.
If you wish to have these privileges, you need to get vaccinated.
We have to say something coming out, you don't get vaccinated, you're going to die. I mean, let's just be really blunt to these people.
Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated.
To partial lockdowns in the Netherlands, to restrictions for the unvaccinated in Germany and in the Czech Republic, to vaccine passports in France and Italy, to mask mandates in Spain and Poland, to work-from-home orders in Ireland, yet the virus rages on. And what happens in Europe usually happens about a month later here in the United States, so we can all expect that right around Christmas and New Year's, parts of the country are going to be talking about lockdowns and beefing up restrictions. Winter is coming. Don't shoot the messenger.
Cause for concern, not a cause for panic. We have the best vaccine in the world, the best medicines, the best scientists, and we're learning more every single day. And we'll fight this variant with scientific and knowledgeable actions and speed, not chaos and confusion. We have more tools today to fight the variant than we've ever had before, from vaccines to boosters to vaccines for children 5 years and older, and much more.
The chairman of the House panel investigating January 6th says former President Trump's chief of staff is now cooperating with the probe. Democratic Congressman Benny Thompson says Mark Meadows has handed over documents and will soon testify to share what he knew in the lead up and on the day of the attack. He previously snubbed lawmakers, citing executive privilege, the same reasoning Mr. Trump and his allies have used to stonewall Congress.
Here's what we know right now. The individual was a traveler who returned from South Africa on November the 22nd and tested positive on November the 29th. The individual is self-quarantining, and all close contacts have been contacted, and all close contacts thus far have tested negative. The individual was fully vaccinated and experienced mild symptoms, which are improving at this point. So this is the first confirmed case of COVID-19 caused by the Omicron variant detected in the United States.
I'm announcing today that all inbound international travelers must test within 1 day of departure, regardless of their vaccination status or nationality. This tighter testing timetable provides an added degree of protection as scientists continue to study the Omicron variant. And we are extending the requirement, both internationally and domestically, to wear masks for travel on aircraft, trains, public transportation through the winter months. I'll close with this. Again, the actions I'm announcing are ones that all Americans can rally behind and should unite us in the fight against COVID-19.
Based on the information and evidence I have received, today I am announcing charges against the shooter's parents, Jennifer and James Crumbly. The charges are as follows. James Crumbly is charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Jennifer Crumbly is also charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter.
Everybody, this is the right choice. That's not the way to go. Like, I've said some of the dumbest things in my life. Like, I've made so many mistakes before, and I have to be okay with making those mistakes in the public eye, and that's not always a comfortable position, but it is what it is, and I'm responsible for that influence, and I'm responsible for my life as a mature individual, but I'm not going to continue to dance around, these issues like it's not going on in our world either, but I'm damn sure not going to judge you if you have a different opinion to me. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to download it. I'm going to let you speak. I'm going to listen intentfully, and I'm going to do it in a way where we can both come out of it with an understanding. And the youth are always watching. They're always watching us grown folk. They're always, always, always watching. And if we don't take a stand now, then they're going to think it's cool to just be at odds with one another and beefing with one another over thoughts and who's doing what in comparison and all these other things, you know, like, and I didn't come here to go like deep into semantics and stuff. I just came here to use logic. I'm not going to use my emotions and you know, continue to like, you know, like just overspeak or overthink this. You know, like I'm standing for peace, and I respect all walks of life, no matter who you are. I respect you. You're going to do what's best for you, and I respect you and I love you. That's just who I am. You don't have to feel the same way, but I'm going to love you. Like we have so many different individuals out here doing so many great things. And then we also have the other side where people need resources to therapy and to counseling and help. And they're growing up in families where, you know, they're in the middle of the projects, they're in the middle of the hood, they're in the, you know, on reservations, and they didn't have a chance to be able to make it out of their situation. You know, like, and now isn't the time to be divided. Now is the time to come together even more so. You know, come together through respect, mutual love. You know, I respect all the doctors, all the physicians working hard, working diligently, you know, trying to find a answer to all this too. You know, like the times that we're in, I show nothing but respect to them. They're working hard to get out the information, working hard to make sure we stay safe, and I respect it. I respect them, and I love what they're doing, but now is not the time to be divided and use me as an example that I don't want to be used as. So I'm thinking clearly. I'm thinking logically. I'm not thinking with emotions. I'm gonna keep saying that because you gotta make these convictions yourself. Like I gotta make these myself, because it's gonna continue to revolve around this and that. And yo, you're gonna lose out on money and you're gonna lose out on this. Like, so what? It's not about the money, baby. It's not always about the money. It's about choosing what's best for you. You think I really want to lose money? You think I really want to give up on my dream to go after a championship? You think I really just want to give up my job? You think I really just want to sit at home and not go after the things with my teammates that I've been able to grow with, to learn that it takes sacrifice in this space? Because we could be easily
created virtually, and it has an incredibly inspiring view of whatever you find most beautiful.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, just gotta find something to wear.
You know, my daughter Faith said it would be nice once Mark Zuckerberg goes into the metaverse, we could just lock him in there. But no, we're going to be locked in there. He's going to be outside because he's going to be gathering the money and the information that he can sell about us that is going to make him richer and richer and more free while we become less and less real. And that is something that all the powerful people want. They want us to have relationships online so we don't bother them with the relationships, with real relationships that cause us to make demands. They want us to be free in the metaverse because they don't want us to be free in the real world where we get in the way of their power and their profits.
Do everything they want from the confines of their own home, and it's going to just make more sin. And it's going to get real damn dark out here. I know I made a couple jokes in this stream because I'm in high spirits, but in reality, brothers and sisters, this is going to end up being very, very, very dark. Seriously. Imagine a world where human interaction is a thing of the past, and people, only thing they want to do is get onto the metaverse, and they're addicted to it. If you can imagine, there's probably going to be drugs in the metaverse. There's going to be so much inordinate affections taking place. There's going to be so much sin. Life is going to stop existing, man, because people not going to come together, man. When you go out and about, already look at people, especially people who have been inseminated. Those who've been inseminated, they're very standoffish. Everybody's being standoffish. Everybody already had their head in their phone 24/7. Now imagine if something is in you that make you crave to be in this other universe, and you always there. Somebody said Cyberpunk 2077. I never seen that one. Yep, somebody said they're creating an optimum environment, a center of a man. Yeah. Imagine a world where you can have any damn thing you want. You ain't got to go outside to get nothing. You ain't got to spit no game no more. You know they're going to have pornography on a whole nother damn level. It ain't even going to be pornography. It's going to be something that's just out of this world. Somebody said this is a distraction. No, this is prophecy.
There's a new disease. It came from underneath something. It was a terrorist attack. There were some foreigners that plotted it on us. Soviet Union, Russia. I don't know why Russia don't like the United States, but they play friendly. They play like they like us, but they have just did something in the water. The Lord is saying, stay out of the water. It's too cold to be in the water anyway. Stay out of the water, from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Soviet, Russia, and Germany has contaminated, sorry for coming up so close. They have contaminated the water, and it's going to bring on a virus, and you're going to see not the dead fish, whales, dolphins. The seagulls going to try to make it up shore. You're going to be seeing what's wrong with the seagulls, what's going on with all the birds and all that. Then it's going to hit the land. It's going to spread. Ain't no vaccine for that. They're like, oh my God. And Dr. Fauci's going like, you lose his mind. Like, go mental. They were trying to interview him for some things. He's just going to be, they're going to write, I have speeches, I have nothing to say. Only person that's going to have something to say is Donald Trump. Come on. Because they already showed him what was going to happen. Right. Because of he had access to everybody. Because of he got access. Bill Gates know about it too, baby. He a cop out. He's hidden. Donald Trump not scared of nobody. And he's gonna come up and tell you that nobody like him. And even though he talk foolish, I just gave you the word, 5 fools and 5 wise, he still has some kind of gift on his life that God is using him. Because God said, I'll use the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. That's why you should never judge a book by its cover. They talk about me like a dog. They say, I carry a message that will heal your grandmother. They say, I carry a gift on my life that will heal your uncle that you've been praying for years and he ain't got healed. But God is going to prophet on the scene. And speak one word and he get up. Okay? That's why you should be putting your mind in people that you don't know they like. My God. But the Lord wants to heal some folks. I don't know. Some of y'all got tired. Can I have something slow? Amen. Let's go. Be careful with the vaccine. Some of y'all have already taken it here. Amen. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Just repent. It's just a way for them to trace you. We are in the perilous times. Ain't nothing right now. You're living in an overflow. You're living in your harvest. If you did not die in the month of January and February, God said there's purpose for your life. Praise Jesus! There was an attack to kill everybody. But the Lord says, I'm giving you a second chance to get to Galatians 7:14. If my people, that would you make sure that's it. If my people will call, they will humble themselves, truly call by my name, they will humble themselves and pray. God said, I'm giving my people just a little more chance to get there. You praying the wrong prayer. God, I touch my husband, God, and heal. God said, I work because they're running out. Yes. And as they begin to mix these vaccines, everybody gonna run for these. I don't know why. But this can cause sickle cell anemia, cerebral palsy, Tourette syndrome, where people are ticking. It's gonna look like the zombie, a zombie nation. Come on. Amen. These are people that didn't trust God. Come on. These are people that had to do it because everybody around me is dying. Everybody in the hospital, I think, but it never hit y'all. Come on, Jesus. Yes. Come on. So what makes you think, if God been with you all this time? Come on, let's go. Let's go. What about my job? I work for the airlines. What about my job? Come on. The Lord said, if I clothe the birds, what if you clothe the grass and fed the fowl of the land, what makes you think He's going to take care of you? Come on. Here it is. It's been 6 years now that I've been cut off disability. But my child here in the Nike was pronounced dead at birth, kidney disease. I was getting Social Security for her. That's how we were surviving. That's how we were living. It didn't work. I had to watch her. And then they told me she'd be dead a long time ago. She's still here. Come on, Jesus. I'm giving you my testimony. I'm giving you my testimony to say they cut my income off. Come on. I was getting almost $5,000 a month. That was about, 6 years ago. God's don't work. God didn't expect me to take care of 5 kids. My husband don't work. He can't he's from Georgia. Since he came to California, he's not able to work. Sometimes God will set you up like that. Where you ain't got nothing to depend on but Him. Come on. See, some people rely on their job. That's their source. That's their income. But God said, I want my people to rely on me. Come on. God said, I put you in a position where you can't do nothing but rely on me. Exactly. Okay? So he put me in that position because I was scary to step out. Man, God, if I lose it, EBT check, what is it? EBT and then food stamps, God, I'm gonna fill up my refrigerator. That's how we think. Social Security, you get comfortable with that it's a curse. Yeah, living from check to check, you get comfortable with that. Yes. You get comfortable and you know it's a curse. Okay? God said, no, you should live off supernatural money. That's right.
Almost like they want you to sit in the house so you be even more distracted, more plugged into their so-called metaverses. Where did this metaverse come from? It seems like they almost know that the reality that you used to will be gone, and all you will have is online internet. Every movie you ever seen, every sci-fi flick you've ever put your eyes to has spoken of some type of great conflict that changed the trajectory of humans in society. And all these things we've always known. I've always felt like in my lifetime I would see these things. I always had visions and always felt like I would be around for it. I always felt it my whole life. I always noticed and always paid attention and always was given the wisdom of discernment by the Most High to kind of feel things, you know. And some of you brothers and whoever else listens to this can see the same thing. Your whole life, you always felt something. You always were able to put the pieces together and see the information as it was.
This metaverse is a universe made out of what? People's information. What did I say in part one? Facebook is always trying to gather much information out of you as they can. And then he said, metadata equals pictures, text, audio, video, or from a more deeper perspective, he said metaverse is the universe of the death, as known as the virtual world. And then he goes on to say, which fits perfectly to Travis Scott concert, and especially when Travis Scott left the slogan, "See you on the other side." And then my brother said, everything is connected in the web of Jezebel/Lydia. That's what that Snowden case was all about. And then he went on and said yoga, which is another form of karmasura, those meditation practices, the use of entertainment, social media. It opened up people to let demons in without them knowing it. But then he says, but even if some people find out, they still go after it out of confusion. I couldn't agree with, man, I mean, I agree with you 1,000,000% on that comment. Beautiful comment. And then you backed it up with scripture, 2 Corinthians 4:4, which we talk about a lot on here. The God of this age, which is Satan, has blinded the minds of the unbelievers, so they cannot see the light of the gospel that displays the glory of Yahshua, who is the image of Yah. Then I love the end of your comment. You said people of faith will fall for it as well. And then you say, put on the whole armor of God at all times. Then you put up Romans 8:6. Y'all catch this. This brother's preaching in this comment. Romans 8:6 says, the mind governed by the flesh is death, but the mind governed by the spirit is life and peace. And then you put my other favorite scripture up, Ephesians 6:11-12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Let me back up. You put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. And then you put in there 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but rulers of darkness, principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places, that dark world. Think about that. Now, look at this. Showing you their own world. This is what it's all about. Once again, showing you what they want you to see. It's what they want you to see. Now, I'm leaving it up there for a little minute.
Think about what I'm saying. I'm trying not to get too graphic. So this is what we're talking about when we talk about the metaverse. We're talking about a realm, a virtual dimension where people can interact, who many of these people who are advocating this don't like reality. They don't like reality. Because if the goal is control, in the virtual, I can control it, and watch this, they can become God. They can create a world in their own image and after their own likeness. And they can rule that world. Or hear what I'm saying? This stuff is, we've been seeing this in the movies, but y'all thought you thought it was fake. Ready Player One, the movie produced by Steven Spielberg. These films came out years ago, and they were telling you what they've been trying to do. The reason why they want your children addicted to Call of Duty, and the reason why they want your
Sweat, chafe, and rider, not
because they don't want to be in the real world. This is The Matrix. The Matrix came out in 1999. The movie The Matrix came out in 1999. And yet this idea of a metaverse is exactly what they were talking about in The Matrix. Exactly what The Matrix was about. Plugging into a world that's a virtual world. Are you listening to me? So now watch this. What does this have to do with the New World Order? Well, it has everything to do with this idea, listen to me, this idea of shifting power. Where everyone is plugged into a system that is controlled by a few people, and they are being manipulated or dictated what they can and can't do. I'm telling you, this video, they're going to try to take this down. I'm telling you right now, share it now. Don't play with me. They're going to try to take this video down, but you got to hear what I'm saying. You have to hear what I'm saying. You see? And here we are, the church, afraid of change. You see? The reason why there can be a metaverse is because the church refuses to have a metamorphosis. I'm preaching good now. Paul the Apostle wrote in Romans chapter 12, beginning in verse 1, he says, do not be conformed to this world. But watch this, be transformed. That's the Greek word metamorphao. Metamorphao. It means metamorphosis. He says, don't be conformed to this world, but you must experience a metamorphosis. God is calling us into a metamorphosis. He's calling us to change. We need to change. We need to be transformed. You see, I've been telling you guys this for years. This is the consequence of a dead church. This is not the consequence of culture. This is the consequence of the church.
But when the vice president stepped through, she has the spirit of a harlot, witchcraft. Everything gonna fall. It's gonna be more of a manipulator than it is now. It's gonna be chaotic. She's more for homosexuality, more for even racism. Anything that's bad, she's for. What is this? We're here. A lot of people that have done really bad crimes in prison will be let out, will be released. Like rape charges, especially child pedophiles, children, they're going to just let them out. And they're going to run the streets. The children are in danger. But I cancel. Now, if we get on now, I'm gonna tell you the good stuff. Stop it. I know y'all be hearing a lot of bad stuff, but let me tell you the good thing. The Lord is getting ready to rain on us. God is getting ready to rain the Psalms 91 over your life. Amen. It will not come towards your dwelling place, but you can't be a fool in this season. Come on, okay. The Lord said, tell my people that they cannot be a fool. Yes. In this season, they can't operate carnal. Yes. Hey, you can't be fitting in to what the world is doing. Yes. The Lord said, live for me and me alone in this time. Yes. For I am God, and I shall make a way out of no way for your life if you trust me, says the Lord. There are some grimy things, some God won't let me release yet, that may be too heavy for the people's spirit to endure. But there is some critical things that is given, especially dealing with children. And it's heavy when you're dealing with children. The culture or the race that just came in that was let into the United States. Who is it that the Taliban is after? Is it Afghanistan? They're not right. See, people feel sorry for them because the Taliban, they're not right. They don't believe in God. But they're going to allow these people to take over our land. So a lot of rules going to be shifted. See that thing right here that's called the Holy Bible, you're not going to carry it around. It's like they're going to give our nation to them. Okay? So this right here, you got to get this on the inside. The phones are rigged up. There's a reason why they cut off the 12 real quick, because I prophesied last year that the 12 was no good.
They burst into homes through cracks in the walls. On Friday night alone, the scorpions stung a total of 503 people. All of them had to be treated with antivenom. Some of them are still hospitalized with symptoms of fever, pain, sweating, muscle tremors, and diarrhea. As for the scorpions, they've disappeared back into their burrows. An estimated 31 species of them live in Egypt. This includes the N.W.O, which are thought to be the deadliest scorpions on Earth, and the so-called Death Stalker scorpions, which sting dozens of Egyptians each year. But 503 bites in one night is unheard of, that too on a day of incessant pouring. The news may sound like the story of a biblical plague, but it has a modern explanation: climate change. The rains in Aswan have been the heaviest in 7 years, but rarely have residential areas been flooded, that too with scorpions. Egyptian meteorologists say it's all connected to climate change, which has hurt Egypt's olive and date harvests, turned vast swaths of farmland into desert, and now it is causing rainstorms in a desert city with scorpions on the loose. Bureau Report. WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country.
We didn't know what it was, where it came from. It just appeared. It was very quiet. It was actually very eerie feeling.
Fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is an LNS, dude. Well, if there's like... Look at that thing! It's rotating. Nickel 6-1 Tango, Roger, Roger. Oh, got it! Woohoo! Roger, they're troubleshooting Did you box moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at it fly!
Yo, what up YouTube? It's your boy Eli Talks TV. I'm back with another video. Now in this video, y'all, we got a lot to discuss. We have a lot to discuss, and there's a lot that's been going on within this world. So first and foremost, I would like to touch bases on this vaccine. This Omnion variant. Omicron variant. My bad. Omicron variant is another really man-made, self-made vaccine that they have pushed out, and it's something that's new to the public. Something that's supposed to be the second variation of COVID-19. And then this vaccine is supposed to be more stronger and more powerful than the recent one. So that already tells you that this vaccine that they gave y'all was not necessarily for you to be able to dodge this virus that's going on right now. I would also like to relate this virus, not to get off of the subject, but I would like to relate this towards the movie Resident Evil. I recently watched that movie not too long ago. It just came out. And in this movie, what they did was they plagued the airways, they plagued the waters, they plagued the animals first, and they tested it on these animals in these airways, and slowly but surely it made its way towards the towns, made its way towards the cities, made its way towards the people. And through this but through this virus, whether it was airborne or whether it was passed down throughout some type of vaccine, the people got infected. Now these people got infected to the point where they were turning. These people would turn from the inside out, and they all would have the same process of turning, because they all undergo the same type of virus, because they were all in the same type of environments, in the same type of areas. You know what I'm saying? And so the public trusted this government that failed them, and it turned out that this government were behind what was being pushed to the public. Now, but before it was too late, they tried to form some type of cure, but the cure was too late for the cure to be performed on the people, because the people had already turned. These people were starting to turn into zombies. The dogs were starting to transform as well, but it was tested on the animals before it was tested on the people. That goes to show you that these people within the army camps, within these CDC type of companies and all that, these medical centers and all that, these people are testing this type of stuff on whoever they choose. It could be animals first, but they test this type of stuff on these people first, and then they bring it out to the public for you and me to consume, because we are consumers, right? So, excuse me. So that is the variant, the Omicron variant. Now that comes in, you feel me? And that's an even bigger issue than the last one. And so now people are dealing with people who are now more standoffish. You're dealing with people who are more so quick to anger. You're dealing with people who are more so divided. You're dealing with people who are more so on a pick a side type of feel now. It's no longer a unity type of feel. It's no longer a love type of feel. The hearts of many shall wax cold. It said it in Revelations, and now we are starting to see that within the people. So now what they are doing is dividing and conquering. Now they are dividing the people in order to conquer the people. And so now that moves us to our next topic. Our next topic will be touching on, I want to touch bases on Ready Player One. Ready Player One relates to metaverse. I don't know if y'all heard about that yet, but now they are pushing the metaverse on the people. Now they are pushing this ideology about you being in a whole nother dimension, a whole nother realm, and escaping from reality. It's essentially escaping from reality, escaping from people, escaping from human interaction, escaping from self in order to please yourself and have all the hearts of your desires met within a screen, met within a machine. And in this machine, you can be whoever, you can think whoever, you can become whatever and you want. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want. Basically, they want to become the gods of y'all's worlds. You know what I'm saying? They want to become the gods of y'all's interactions within the population, because this is a way of control. This is a way of more control. This is a way of having more of a hand on the way you think, on the way you move, on the way you do things in life. Don't fall for this, because this is just another distraction. This is just another setup. This is just another plan of theirs to further push their agenda, which we know is the New World Order. Boom. We got that out the way. So with that being said, Ready Player One relates to this movie to me, because Ready Player One, I did not watch the full movie, but I read the book. I did. And in this book, he talks about having to want all of these desires of his heart, right? All of these things, become somebody completely different, because he never had a good life in real life. A lot of people never had a good lives in real life, so they escaped their real life in order to fantasize and become something that they never were in real life. You know what I'm saying? So in this book, he grew up in a poverty environment, and he had to grow up around, criminals, thugs, and all this good stuff, trailer parks and all that good stuff. And he had to be around stuff that he didn't want to be around. And I think he was bullied in school or something like that. And so he would go home, right, after being bullied, after being told he wasn't nothing. Boom, boom, boom. His home is a wreck. He would go home and he would plug into this thing called Oasis. He would plug into the Oasis and forget about everything that has just happened to him, and plug in and be connected with people, be connected with other type of top levels, in this Oasis, and he would become somebody desirable now. He's somebody. He's the man in this sense. He's the man in this sense, because now he gets to become someone. He gets to be whatever he wanted to be, without the reward of working towards it. You know what I'm saying? Now he just needs to plug into some computer and get that and be that and become that. You know what I'm saying? So he had friends. He had different levels of ranks. He had different types of, connections within the game. He had different types of places he can go. It didn't matter where. He just had to click a button and he'd be there. And he'd have all of these things at his hand, and he would almost subject himself to this oasis so many times that he would forget about reality. He would forget about unplugging and becoming the best version of himself in real life. So then that took him away from interaction even more. He became more introverted, I'm pretty sure. And there's so on and so forth. I'm not going to really explain the whole book to y'all, but that's just a piece of what I'm trying to get to y'all. This metaverse is Oasis, whatever you call it, this matrix, is all here to take you away from real life. It's all here to take you from the eyes of God and become your own God. And make them God of your universe. Make them God of your planet. Make them God of your interactions. Because this is a way that they can completely control human population. And now they're pushing machines into the workplace. They're going to start replacing people with machines. They're going to start replacing people with machines. It's going to start looking like I don't know if y'all played that one game called Detroit Becoming Human. It's going to start looking like that game. In that game, they displayed that they can have robots, right, be like us, basically have the same jobs we got, have the same type of, I don't know, human type of feel that we got, allow them to be able to walk amongst humans, allow them to be able to talk amongst humans, allow them to be able to take care of humans, allow them to be able to, maintain human interaction, even though they were not humans. They basically were allowed to be treated as if they were human, even though they were not humans. But this took a turn, like everything else does. And the main character in that game, ended up turning out, having a rebellion amongst the humans, because eventually he was starting to outsmart the humans. Eventually he was starting to pick up on the games and the lies that humans would tell, and he started thinking, man, well, look, if they were created by somebody, and I was created by them, and they are just nothing but flesh and bone, then I can get over on them because they're nothing but flesh and bone. They're not smarter than me. They're not unlimited. These people have limited lives. These people live limited, mediocre lives. These people are really here to be conquered. You know what I'm saying? Because they created me. So I'm smarter than them. I'm stronger than them by default, and I know more than them because I'm connected to everything within this wireless setting. So that eventually started to turn his wires back on, and he started to rebel against humans, and he started to kill off humans. He started to cause a robotic rebellion, and you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, and he went against the whole population and took over every goddamn thing. So it ended up crazy as hell. I played the game; it was a very good game, but that's besides the point. But even as that, as I give you that example, it shows that throughout this Ready Player One, throughout this Resident Evil, throughout Detroit Becoming Human, these three examples show you that these are the things that they are engineering. These are the things that's going to start getting pushed outside this outside the public, because now they can really start pushing these things. Why? Because we're in the end days now, man. You know, we are close to it now. We're close to the second coming. We're close to the plagues and the rumors of wars and rumors of wars, and the cold hearted, and having people being separated from wheat to tear, just separated from God. You know what I'm saying? We are close to that. We are in that. We are in amongst that. We are living in that type of setting now, because this is where we're at. This is where America is at. This is where the mindsets are at. You know what I'm saying? And you know, all that to be said, it all concludes down to losing self, down to being mentally unstable, down to being at a low point of mental health, physical health. And this concludes because you now have a country that lives life without God. You now have a country that lives life based on the beast, based on these presidencies, these candidates that they put their trust in, based on a system, a broken system that was bound to collapse in the first place. Just like with Babylon, Babylon took place and collapsed as well as America. Babylon ain't nothing, is no different from America. If anything, America is the new Babylon, and if anything, America is going to reinsure that Babylon continues. You feel me? Because this is not a state built on God. Let's just be honest. It's not. It probably used to be, but it's not no more. It's almost like the Mandela effect. You know, back in 2012, it's like from 2012 and going, everything just started to change. The world got darker, and you can see that. We all can see that. Everything got darker within a couple of years, and now they are ready. You know what I'm saying, to bring their God out. Now they are ready to engineer. They are ready to push forward their agendas. They are ready to do these things because now we are at a weak spot as even as a church, even as Christians. We are at a weak spot now. Everyone is weak. Everyone is frustrated. Everyone is mentally confused. Everyone is physically weak as well. Everyone is weak right now. Everyone is at a low vibration. Everyone is at a low standpoint within their human interaction now. The whole society is at a turns right now because they have got and engineered social media to the point where they have now subtracted and divided everybody against everybody. Now everybody is going for that person's head. Now everybody is just like, this is my side. I'm gonna stay on this side. Now everybody worry about zodiac signs. Now everybody worry about fame, money, fortune. Now everybody worry about my own desires, my own fleshly desires. It's me, 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 me. Everyone has this me, 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 narcissistic type of mindset now, because we are living in the age of narcissism. We are living in an age of self-centered individuals, cold, callous, you know what I'm saying? So this is what we're living in now. This is what you will start to see. These are things that they will start to push. And if I didn't necessarily expel on everything that was shown within this clip. Hopefully I did, but if I left anything out, please remind me in the comment section. I'm not gonna hold this video up too long, so it's gonna already be a long video, but I think I got my point across. You feel me? Y'all, I think y'all know. But yeah, y'all stay tuned, bro. Y'all stay up, man. Stay blessed. I also heard about them bringing that beast out there too. That statue in I think Mexico, they bring that beast out and they let it be known on the forefront. Hey, this is who y'all gonna be serving. This is who y'all gonna be serving. This is who y'all gonna start looking at. This is what y'all gonna start looking at. It looks all cute and cuddly right now, but by the time by the time their God is revealed, by the time everything is revealed, that's what you gonna really see in real life. That's not gonna be a little statue no more. They putting that statue up right there to get it in your head that, oh, this is just a statue. It's nothing serious. For those who ain't woke, for those who ain't put on game, oh, this ain't nothing serious. It's just a little statue. No, this is their God that they're showing you. This is what you're gonna be worshiping. This is what you're gonna be worshiping once their God is revealed. You know what I'm saying? Once the beast, this is the beast. That's the beast that you're looking at right now. That little statue in Mexico, that's the beast right there. And they're showing you now because they don't have to hide it no more. They don't have to hide it. They know people are weak now. They know people ain't nobody gonna stand up. Ain't nobody got no backbone no more. They know that. They know that. So they're gonna capitalize. So anyway, that concludes this message, man. Y'all stay tuned. Yeah, hopefully y'all stayed throughout the whole video. I hope I touched on everything, but I feel like I did. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, and really stay up, man. Really be vigilant. Be aware of your surroundings more than ever. And really start to pay attention to the signs. You know, the signs are being shown to us on an all-time high now. It's on a whole nother level now. You feel me? And we are now having to be prepared, even as saints, to be mentally tough, to be just physically tough. Everything. We need to be tough now. We have to have that backbone now. We have to get in our words a little bit more. We have to pray a little bit more. We have to fast. We have to do the things that God would have done back in his time. You feel me? Jesus would have done back in his time. We got to really walk like Christ. We got to really walk this faith walk. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no little game no more. This is something that's a lifestyle. If it's not a lifestyle yet, then it needs to be. And if it's not something that you took serious in the beginning, you're going to have to take it serious now. Other words, you're going to have to serve somebody. And they already putting on the forefront what they want you to serve. Now, if you want to serve that, then you serve that. If you want to serve, the author, then you serve the author. But you're going to have to pick a side now. It's about that time. Hopefully, y'all gain something from this. And I'm not going to hold y'all too long. Deuces. I'm out this thing. Y'all stay blessed.